And welcome back, everybody, to Railbirds TV in the 2025 International Open. This is a race to 10. It's double elimination, which means a true double elimination. Alternate the break, all ball fouls. Meaning if you touch a ball, it is a foul. There's a referee covering 4 tables, so it's going to be on the players. There is a break box. Jump cues are allowed. And this is a WNT ranking event. We've got $75,000 added and a $750 entry fee. I am your host, Scott Frost. And thank you all so much for joining us in this last match, which I think is a feature match. SVB, probably on a mission here. Was just defeated by Jesus Atencio. If you didn't catch it, 10 games to 8. Didn't play his best. I don't feel like either one of them played their best, but it was a very good match. Cue ball completely drawn up table there, so maybe caught the one a touch thick. Got into the cue ball a little steep. Very good thinker is Shane. Does Mickey even know that Shane pushed? Mickey, we're over here. Look, Mickey. Mickey. There we go. All right, Mickey's back. It's a push, Mickey. You can give it back if you'd like. He knows. Talk about the side rail to side rail and how big it is and how often it's overlooked. Well, this is definitely side rail to side rail. Just edge the right side of the 2. You've got big cover over here with the 5, 9, and 4. Easy to underhit. A lot of guys do. And this was just about overhit, but I think he got him. Surprised Mickey passed that up, to be honest with you. I think Mickey was more focused on the table next door. Never mind, Mickey knew what he was doing all along. Nice little swerve there. I think he was just sliver hooked where he just had to swerve it just a tick. This went wrong, but it is okay. Got away with it. Shane, I'll touch on this. Shane's been sitting in that chair right there where he just was sitting for probably about 10 to 15 minutes. Did not really move from it. Mickey showed up right at the buzzer. Practiced one rack. Looked really good in the practice rack. They got up and lagged, and here we are. So, pretty fortunate for Krause to be in this position in game 1. Yeah, nice little touch there. Easy to overdraw that or just not draw it at all when you know you just have to come back a few inches. The problem I had with carbon shafts is that tight area where you had to draw the ball a few inches. It was nearly impossible for me, but now I'm playing with J Flowers and it's an IMO shaft. It's carbon and wood. Nice out of the corner. Maybe a little steeper than he'd have liked. Kind of drag this in. Mickey defeated BJ Ussery 10 games to 9, I think 2 days ago. Days are starting to go together. Did not look extremely comfortable. Like I said, in the practice rack, he looked like a different player, and here, just the way he's cueing the ball and getting over the ball looks pretty comfortable to me. Almost like he doesn't care in a lot of ways. Oftentimes you can get like that on the one-loss side. And it's a good way to be, really. I mean, not that you don't care, but get a little bit more loose and comfortable. Tournaments can put a lot of pressure on you. Yeah, just a little thin, really, on the two. It wasn't that it was too hard. It was just a touch thin. Really good hit here into the rail. Got very fortunate, and then Shane gets unlucky here. I thought it was going to rub to the pink and just squeaked by to give the opening to Krause. Yeah, probably medium speed there. I wouldn't say it was a soft break by any means, but definitely didn't put all of his weight into it. Two gets all the way up table if it doesn't catch the point. So things looking up for Krause early. Taking a peek at the corner. I believe it's got a full pocket. Really nice there. You talk about a player with a pause at the cue ball. A lot of great players do this. They really don't put too many pre-strokes or warm-up strokes into it. Every now and then, Mickey will put one big one in right at the beginning and then dial in with the pause and the little bunt strokes to really dial it in. Whereas amateurs, you'll see them stroking the cue 2, 3, 4 times. I think the reason that pros stay away from that I've figured out is subconsciously maybe they're finding something that they don't like within the stroke. So instead they just dial in and find the spot, and if that's it, they go. And he looks comfortable, very comfortable. Been a great couple years for Mickey. I think he's got a lot left in the tank as well. Very talented player. Typically a great mindset. Does everything well. Might want to catch these a touch thinner. Maybe a little less draw, but he does want to stay above the 9. I think that's his plan. Much better hit there. Pretty sure he's going to take this bank on. Unless he thinks the traffic's too heavy to get back down here for the pink. The safe is pretty straightforward, I believe. He can bank the 2 like on the top of the 7, 1, 2, just draw down with a low right ball in front of the right side and get down here behind the 6, 8, and 9. But scoreline and his attitude tells me he wants to bank this. Now he kind of arced the cue ball there right out of the gate. Didn't see it finishing there. Going to the lower right here, up and down. Nice, chose to come to the second rail. Still tricky. Might have to run into the 6 here, or the 8, whichever one he feels good with. Unless he can draw below it, play it to the upper right or the side. Oh, interesting. That's a shot for you. He drug it to the right long rail. Very good touch for so much power. Wow. You'll notice that chair on the right that's empty. A guy jumped straight out of his chair. It was right in the line of Shane's shot. Now, I don't know that it affected him or not, but you could just miss hit the cue ball just a touch. Yeah, he's escaped. No broken bones. And he's on the board. Yeah, that was the opener where the cue ball just kind of bent. "2024 was the biggest year in Mickey's career. He was in the top 10 of the AZ Billiards money list. It's about halfway there. He earned $150,000 on AZ Billiards money list. 24. This year, 71. Long on the 2. Got the 1 down. He's getting into the break. A little better now. This is kind of in between, right? Kind of going right at the 3, I think. If you just go forward, tough to elevate on this. He is elevating just a fraction. Probably going to smoke this with a little pace. Yeah. I think you just level out there and just cinch it and hope for the best when you go into the 3, but I get what he wanted. It all depends on how much you can see of this, but it's the 6 and the 8, right? Doesn't want to make the 2 or fluke it in off the 3 down here in the lower left. Doesn't want to fluke it in off the 3. Boy, he didn't find a gap, did he? That would be chilly. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded there. Thought it was near impossible to find a gap. Pool is an amazing sport. And believe me, I think it's a sport. Play a set for 40 plus hours and tell me if it's not a sport. You'll get your steps in, I can promise you. Going under the 5 here. He had to go rail first. What a great play. What a great play. That was intended off the 7. Yeah, look at this. He played this off the bottom of the 7 into the 5. For me, that is probably one of the best shots of the day. Can just trickle forward here. He likes to stun everything. Baby stun there. Match is far from over, but look at the percentages, 31 to 69. It's kind of like some of these guys are smelling blood in the water with SVB. Shane can get into that kind of negative mode at times. He's been known for it. And when he gets in that mode, the energy is heavy. You can feel it throughout the room. Flowing pretty good here, Krause. Just does not look like he's going to make many mistakes other than the 3 that he missed in game number 1. $35,000 up top. Not bad for a week's work. That is Dennis Grabe over there in that chair. I wonder if he was trying to help out a fellow European. Shane was straight on the 7. It's kind of a joke. Don't take it serious, guys. I actually am never serious, just so you know. Most people think I'm always serious, and I kind of play that to the hilt. Big hit there. Is he going to get a reward? He deserves one. Those balls exploded. I believe he's got a look. Yeah, might have wanted to catch a little more of the 6 there. Just to lay it up over the corner. Is that a bit short? Can he go forward and beat the green? I think he can, no problem. Well, it was a race. He barely won. Yeah, so SVB's first match with Sergio Del Puerto, I covered that match. It's just interesting, and I see him do this from time to time. His cue speed was much higher, much more amped up. He played very well. He won 10 games to 2. The last match versus Jesus Atencio, Shane's cue speed was slowed down 40%. If you get a chance to go back and watch that match, Shane playing Sergio Del Puerto, I recommend doing so, because what I think he does at times is kind of like a practice session. And that's not disrespectful or being rude, but when he recognizes that he's in a real good position, he loves to amp that stroke up just probably to get loose. If you've ever watched Shane practice, he'll power balls for hours, just thumping them in, ripping the cue ball back, ripping it forward. That's what he does. But I'm wondering, I guess where I'm going with that is, I'm wondering, when you get a little bit older, how good is that for you? Obviously, for Shane, it's great because he's still top 3 players in the world, in my opinion. I guess I'm talking for the mere mortals, like myself. Probably going to be up behind the red 3 unless he just wants to shave the bottom of the 2 and use the 4. What a great break. Table is absolutely leaking. Does do things a little less conventional on the defensive side, Mickey, from time to time. Speed is excellent here. Yeah, cutting Shane off from the left side, meaning being able to swerve around the 9 on the left side, was huge there. Yeah, did he get paid off for the good hit? I think he was trying to come heavy behind the 2. Yeah, I believe Mickey's clean here. Is he able to draw it out 2 rails towards where his hand is, go to the upper left? Problem with the upper right is if he falls short of the 3, He's kind of got to deal with the 9, but where the 4 is, I don't really think that's a problem. So going up the left side of the table isn't bad. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. Likes the inside ball, Mickey. He'll resort to it often. First round, though, I do remember this as well. Mickey played B.J. Ussery, won 10 games to 9, had a 3-ball in the upper right corner. Early, that you just never dream he'd miss, but he used a big inside ball and just shot it straight into the rail, hit it softly. Neither here nor there, he's up 4 games to 2 against Captain America. 17 Mosconi Cup appearances for Shane Van Boening. This is the shot of the rack. I'm sure you there that he was trying to come behind the 2 full. This is where it can be frustrating for this guy. Put yourself in his shoes. He was the best breaker in the world for, well, at least a decade. That was when you were hitting the 1 head on. When it was on the spot, hitting the 1 head on, playing 10 ball. It's the biggest challenge for him is the break shot nowadays. Keeping a good mindset. Not easy to always come away with a shot on the 2. And that's why the rule has been changed, because the game pretty much broken before that. Especially at the level it's played at nowadays with so many unbelievable players. Very good touch. Very good touch. A lot of times that's under hit. Probably just wants to go softly here. If you don't get a rail, you're probably still okay. At least on the first attempt. Yes, he did get a rail. Can you just straight jack up and put him behind the pink? Pretty crazy, huh? I think he's looking at it. Pretty good. It looks good from here. Shane might have a piece of the 2. Really not as hard a shot as it looked for these guys.
He's asking to watch the shot.
Don't know if the 2 is frozen or not. That'd make a difference in how hard he hits this ball. Wow. Absolutely wonderful hit. I don't think he's going to like his next at-bat. It's probably going to be the orange 5 that he's living behind. Doesn't have to live there, though. If he's worried about making the 2 in the side or something like that. I don't think he was worried about making the 2 in the side. That's exactly what he wanted to do. I kind of get what he was doing there. He didn't expect to catch the point. Shane would have had distance regardless, but it laid up in front of the corner. Still not a hanger here. He's going to have to put a good stroke on it. Don't want to hit this too softly. I thought he might just kind of warp that and bend the cue ball out 2 rails. Now he's got work to do to get on the pink 4. Very well done. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Reminiscent of his last match, catching several balls wide. He caught 1 or 2 thick as well, but the ones that kind of shocked me were the ones like that he caught real wide. I don't know if it's... I just don't know what it is. Is it a lighting issue? Is it... I don't know. Is it an eye issue? Is it something going on with the cue? Is it fatigue? You just don't expect him to catch the pocket that wide, especially on a shot like that. Or could he just simply miss the ball? Coming up with all these excuses. Does not look like he's going to give much away. Mickey. Game number 7. Going to go to the Krause. Yeah, good little poke right there. Really all about just getting the cue ball back to that rail. And this was a great hit. Just a shocking miss, really, to be honest, on the 4 by SVB. I think he missed 3 or maybe even 4 balls similar to that in his last match. And that's kind of why I was saying, is it something with the eyes, is it something with the cue, or is it something lighting? Because typically you don't see a player like him miss the ball to the same part of the pocket multiple times. They're going to make the adjustment quickly. Not the hardest break in the world. 8 continues to finish in a very similar position. The ruling on that is there is no soft breaking, right? So there's a fine line. The opponent can alert the ref. They can warn the opponent. Rail first wants to just chip it on over below the 5 and 3. I cut it way too thin. He's going to get away with it. Or is he? Can Shane see enough of this to two-rail it up table and kind of kill the cue ball behind the 5 or 7 and 4? Yeah, it looks like he was entertaining the 2-row kick behind the 2. I don't mind the jump. Is it the 5 ball that's kind of hampering the bridge? I don't believe so. Where's the cover? I guess if you hit the 2 pretty thin on the left side, just past the right side pocket, you can find it down low. What's he got up his sleeve here? Potentially by design. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe want to catch it a bit thinner. Yeah, where's he going to go here? Just pounding forward to get down here somewhere? Needs that to break. Welding him up to the back of the 9. Yeah, so he's looking to check the cue ball or bend it a little bit in between the 7 and 4. He's going to have to hit higher up on the rail, I believe. He can get into the left side of it. He's got a system. Well, I just don't know how a system works when you... I think he's got to hit this at speed. This is more of a feel hit for somebody like me anyway. Yeah, it's never going to bend or shorten off enough at that pace, I wouldn't think. Other than that, maybe the aim point was just off. Did he arrive? I don't know that he did. Made that face. There's the power. What a great shot.
Good ball, good hit.
Watch the Q-tip here. Actually stops it on impact and then pulls it back just a fraction. That tells us one thing. The backhand must get tight at contact. I don't know any elite player that can do it besides Shane. But he does a pretty good job at it. SVB within 2 after game number 8. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It's pretty awesome to have you with us. We are grateful. Do us a favor if you get a chance. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Railbirds TV is appreciative, and so am I. Love having you with us. You're the ones that motivate us to do what we do. I am your host, clearly. If you don't know that at this point, then you do now. Needs a good break here with a good look. Anything other than that, you will not be happy. Well, he's got a good look. It's just not aggressive. It could be aggressive to the upper left. Long reach with an extension and potentially a bridge. Bunch of kisses down low. He's not getting the cue ball high like he likes. Yeah, pretty hard to pass up edging our left side of the 2. You've got a huge wall down there in the upper right corner. It's taking a peek at the straight back to the upper left because it does carry some type of position on the 3 to the lower left, and the 3 leads to the 4. So there is a payoff. But I don't think it's as high a percentage as just paper thinning our left side of the 2. The key is really catching this thin. You don't want to send the 2 over to the right very much. The hard part about paper thinning it, if you want to put any right-hand spin on it, makes it a little tougher to judge. I like the attention he's giving this, though. Tells me that he's still very dialed. Caught it too fat. Unless that was by design, he's just trying to knock it over behind the 8, get up behind the 7. And that's potentially what he was trying to do, is just get up behind the 7. Felt like he had a lot more room to get behind the balls with a little outside. Side rail to side rail, again, very effective. Dragging the cue ball with a low right ball, softly. Sweet hit. He deserves a rub there. He got it. Got to look to the upper right. Gonna have to earn it, but it does carry position. Yeah, such a good hit. Very, very confident. No body movement at all. The delivery was great. The follow-through. He froze after contact, which is something you always want to do. Everything looked good. Everything does look good with him this match. Nothing sticks out to me that's been poor, except that 3-ball in game number 1. I give him a pass. Squeaked it in. Shane knows. Never supposed to give Mickey a piece of that ball when he was so close to the 2. You can just tell, though, right away that Mickey's timing is at its best right now. Yeah. Did he cut that a little bit to the upper side of the pocket? Maybe a bit of a let up. Acts like he's tight. I don't see it in the body or the cueing. Another really nice strike on the 8. Alex Kazakis in vision.
Good hit.
Got it thick. Real thick. Krause, game number 9. Leading 6-3, and this was really the hit. Very confident strike. I loved it, obviously. Yeah, big match. Shane lost to Atencio, and he is human. Don't know how anybody plays more pool than Shane, and I don't know how Shane plays as much pool as he plays. Just go to AZ Billiards and look up Shane Van Boening pool player. It's incredible the amount of tournaments that he plays. He is the type of player that needs to be hitting balls, and I think a lot of that has to do with how he came up, right? Obviously. But man, he is devoted to his craft more than anybody, really. Wow. You've got to look at the 2, but there is no prayer getting on the 3. Prove me wrong. Yeah, maybe he will. I want him to prove me wrong. I think he's just dragging. He's going to 2-rail the 2 back up towards the 3. Down here towards the lower right, maybe? Yeah, how about... Yes, sir. SVB with a big one. At a big time as well. Real big time. He's been struggling with the jump cue this week. If he could get out here, that might get him going just a bit. Get the blood flowing. Talking about Shane Van Boening, there's still no player on the planet with a bigger following than him. Good speed. Wherever he is at, whatever tournament he is playing, they are going to gather around. They are going to tune in, no matter where they are. We are playing on 4.5-inch pockets. It's a blue label. Diamond 9-foot table. Simonis cloth, aramith balls. This is exactly the table that Shane Van Boening always negotiated for in his big money matches. One reason for that, his break. He knew he was going to get to the shot first, so why not have a little looser table to run the racks. Here is the jump shot that stole Mickey's heart. Mickey stepped away for a minute. Potentially use the restroom. Shane going to break the balls, I believe. Oh, well, that's why. I was going to say, I believe you have to wait until they come back. That's what he wants to do. We'll get another look at the break shot there. He's wanting to draw it 3 times across the face of the 9, twice below it and once above it. And that is ideal. He just got it once below it. He's been drawing it twice below the 9, arcing back and forth, and then just getting above it. Ideal regardless. Just got to smooth this in with an outside ball. You got to trust your swing and the table. You don't want to hit it too firm. Oh, he chose to come twice. Just not comfortable rolling it. And I don't fault him, obviously. He struggled earlier with that shot rolling it, and that's potentially why he hit it with the pace he did. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it was the 3-ball against Atencio last match. The lower right corner, he had something similar, caught it real heavy. He just wanted to ensure the make here. Gonna have to pound here, or is he just floating? Boy, he keyed up like he was gonna pound it around the 8 and back down. Is he trying to make a decision here, whether to go towards the 6 or the right side or up and down? I feel like this ball could spring on him right towards the 9. Oh, he got into it heavily. So he did go towards the 6. No give up in this guy. 0. Twice out of the lower right, or just one rail up. Caught it a bit thin. That's why he's going to lose the cue ball a bit. Yeah, caught it much thinner than he wanted. 8 squeaked in the top side of the pocket. Got it done within 1. Percentages should change. Score is 6-5, SVB trailing. He's got this break dialed in, that's for certain. He's going to have a look at the 3. He's got to avoid the 7 coming out. Don't know that you can beat it to the left side. Maybe he can. Yeah, coming around the 6. Yeah, in the last year and a half, this is really the part of Mickey's game. When the pressure gets on, you just don't see him giving racks away like a guy just below his speed, right? That's the difference between an elite player and a really, really great player. You just don't see a difference in the pace. You don't see a difference in the cueing. No body movement. Looks solid as a rock. Wants to come down to this right side. Could stay center table as well. He feels good here with this angle. This is going to be perfect. And a great response. Game number 12. To the little barrage from SVB. Mickey Krause says no, no, no. Three away from the W. Krause leading 7 games to 5. And those percentages just continue to flip-flop. If you get a chance, guys, I have to do it. I put a lot of time and energy into it. If you could go to YouTube, The Boom and Freezer Show. It's our podcast. We've got 15 episodes coming up this season. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. Just subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. Thank you so much. Big hit. Bad result. We have had many talks about the break shot. It's very hard for Shane to let up on the break. You see Mickey probably breaking about 60% of the power or speed that Shane is coming away with the shots. There are times where Shane will tone it down and get successful. The problem is that it's very hard for him to recognize that same speed over and over and over. Why? Because his entire career, he's been used to hitting it at a certain pace, right? So dropping that cue speed is very difficult. The most difficult part is for him is keeping that cue speed somewhere in that area. So more often than not, he just resorts to what he knows, and it's hard to blame him, right? Looking at the rollout, got to be very careful. 2-9 carom, potentially to the lower left. He's a great thinker. One of the best IQs of all time on a pool table. He meant to do that, so he believes that it's a pretty high percentage at kicking the bottom side of the 2, or is Mickey considering landing on the 2 and playing the 3 in the upper right? Because I don't believe Shane's planning on that. Maybe he is, but Shane is just not that type, I don't believe. Unless he's trying to trick Mickey. Maybe he is trying to trick Mickey the way Shane came down and looked at the line from the kick. Maybe Shane was trying to have Mickey overlook this combination. But boy, it seems awful tough to get over the 5, landing on the 2. Last thing Mickey wants to do is give it back. That's how much he respects Shane's push game, and Shane has the jump cue. So I believe he was trying to get Mickey to overlook the combination. Got to still catch this heavy or the 3 won't get to the pocket. Oh my. Oh no. Must have turned, he caught the left side of the 2 here just a bit, just a fraction, and threw the 3 into the knuckle. Yeah, going to the side here. You have to. Nicely done. You don't want to roll that ball up towards the 2. Have it finish on the top rail. Excuse me, you don't want to roll the 2 towards the 3 and have it finish on the top rail. That's why he went to the side. That's the 5 past the 7. Tells me it does not. If he's looking to get that angle on the 4. I guess it could with that angle. Yeah, he wiggled that one in. Shane missed an 8 ball to the top right corner with extreme outside on it. The cloth really grabs the spin, has since day 1 here. Credit it to the moisture in the building. Acting like he might have some type of a shoulder injury. Just continues to roll that arm. Pinched nerve, most likely, very common. I dealt with it for probably the last 6 or 7 years of my career. Little fortunate SVB hung that combination, but he's played good, Mickey. Within 2. Shane emitting pretty heavy negativity over there in the chair. He knows better than to do this, but I get it. Well, it was a magic trick. His arms were crossed and head was down. He's changed that posture. Oh my goodness gracious. Is it on? I believe so. 249. It is on like Donkey Kong. It's got to catch it thin, I believe. Wired. Mickey Krause on the hill. SVB probably thinking about ice fishing about right now. I know the season's about to start. I don't blame him. The guy needs a break. Can be brutal, this sport. But Mickey's played well. He's broke better. He's got the shots. Don't really remember anything he's missed except early in game one. Nothing sticks out to me. Yeah, here we go again. There's something to that with that speed. Not coming away with a shot. I really don't want to get into it, but believe me, there's something to it. This is why these players constantly flirting with the speed of the cue ball into the break. It seems like every time he's broke the balls, he's had to roll out. That's just what it feels like. I think that's pretty accurate, to be honest. Mickey knows. He's got the experience. He knows passing any rollout up to Shane, you're probably going to take the worst of it. Is it the 5 and 7 that Shane's thinking he can creep behind? It's going to do it, folks. Anticlimactic finish. Mickey Krause wins 10-5. SBB is gone into round 7. This was real thin on the 2. He had to beat the right knuckle, meaning he had to catch a piece of that long rail to tuck down below the 5 and 7 and send the 2 up table. That's how the miscue ensued. We appreciate you all tuning in. SVB is gone. Mickey Krause advances. We'll talk to y'all very soon. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll be bringing all the action to you. Have a good night.